On this day in 752 BC, Romulus, the legendary founder and first king of Rome, celebrated the first Roman triumph after his victory over the nearby town of Canina's army following the rape of the Sabine women. Romulus had previously sought to obtain wives for his male citizens and was refused. He hosted a festival of Neptune Equester, which the citizens of Canina attended along with many other of Rome's neighbors, including the Sabines. During the festival, a signal was given, and the Romans grabbed the virgins among the spectators for wives, an event known as the Rape of the Sabines. An outraged king of Canina entered Roman territory with his army and was killed in the ensuing battle. In 1562, 63 unarmed Huguenots, members of the Protestant Reformed Church of France, were massacred by Catholics at Wassy in northeastern France, which marked the start of the French Wars of Religion. The massacre was carried out by troops of Francois, Duke of Guise, who found a large congregation of Huguenots holding religious services in a barn used as a church. Francois ordered his men to set fire to the church, killing over 63 of the parishioners, with over 100 more wounded. On this day in 1628, King Charles I of England proclaimed every county of England must pay ship tax. Previously, the tax had only applied to seaport towns and was intended to offset the cost of defending that part of the coast. On this day in 1692, 3 women were brought before local magistrates of Salem village in colonial Massachusetts, accused of being witches. Sarah Good, a homeless beggar, Sarah Osborne, who rarely attended church meetings and, quote, had her own self-interest at heart, and Tituba, a slave of different ethnicity than the Puritans, accused of attracting young girls with enchanting stories of sexual encounters with demons. Thus began the infamous Salem witch trials. On this day in 1932, Charles Lindberg Jr., the 20-month-old son of aviator Charles Lindberg and Anne Morrow Lindberg, was kidnapped from their family home in East Amwell in the U.S. state of New Jersey. A badly handwritten ransom note had been left in the nursery demanding $50,000 in various denominations. Lindberg would later be duped into paying the ransom, hoping to have his son returned. However, on May 12th, the badly decomposed body of the toddler was found in a grove of trees about 4 miles from the Lindberg home. Bruno Richard Hoffman was later convicted of kidnapping and murder and was executed on April 3rd, 1936. On this day in 1936, work on the Hoover Dam in the Black Canyon of the Colorado River was completed. At the time, it was known as the Boulder Dam. Construction had begun in 1931 during the Great Depression, involving thousands of workers at a cost of over 100 lives. On this day in 1941, during World War II, Bulgaria signed the Tripartite Pact, allying itself with the Axis powers after Adolf Hitler promised to return territory lost to Serbia and Greece after being on the losing side in World War I. Germany needed military access through Bulgaria in order to attack Greece. The Tripartite Pact was originally signed between Germany, Japan, and Italy in September 1940, establishing the Axis powers of World War II. Later signatories would include Hungary, Romania, Slovakia, Bulgaria, Yugoslavia, and Croatia. On this day in 1954, 4 members of the Puerto Rican independence movement unfurled a Puerto Rican flag and opened fire with automatic pistols from the visitors' balcony of the House of Representatives chamber in the United States Capitol. Their objective was to highlight the struggle for independence from U.S. rule. 5 representatives were wounded, 1 seriously, but all recovered from the ordeal. The nationalists were given life imprisonment. However, in 1978 and 1979, they were pardoned by President Jimmy Carter and returned to Puerto Rico. Also on this day in 1954, at Bikini Atoll, part of the Marshall Islands in the Pacific, the United States detonated a 15-megaton hydrogen bomb in a secret test codenamed Castle Bravo. It was the most powerful nuclear device ever detonated by the U.S. The 15 megatons of TNT yield far exceeded the expected yield of 4 to 6 megatons and led to the most significant radiological contamination ever caused by the United States and created an international concern about atmospheric nuclear testing. On this day in 1971, on the music scene, Time magazine featured James Taylor on its cover, under the headline, "The New Rock, Bittersweet and Low," declaring a new trend of a far gentler variety of rock sound in regards to his hits, Country Road and Fire and Rain. On this day in 1981, in Northern Ireland, Provisional Irish Republican member Bobby Sands began a hunger strike in Her Majesty's Prison Maze, with the aim of being declared political prisoners or prisoners of war rather than as criminals. He would die in the prison hospital 66 days later. On this day in 1995, Internet service provider Yahoo was incorporated in Santa Clara, California. The company was founded in January 1994 by Jerry Yang and David Filo, electrical engineering graduate students at Stanford University. Yahoo is an acronym for Yet Another Hierarchical Officious Oracle, the term hierarchical describing how the database was arranged in layers of subcategories. On this day in 1998, in Hollywood, the movie Titanic, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, and directed by James Cameron, became the first film to gross $1 billion worldwide. It would go on to win 11 Academy Awards and make over $2 billion on a budget of $200 million.